Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm just going to do a video regarding psychosis, a first-hand experience. I had a lot of interest in one of my videos that was regarding psychosis, so I'd like to talk a bit more about my experience. Now, psychosis was probably the most horrible experience I've ever had, and call it psychosis or call it a delirium. They're both very similar. Um, I was extremely paranoid, and I thought I was working for multiple organisations. I thought people could read my thoughts, and that everything was under a rating system where I had to rate certain aspects. When I was taken to the hospital, I thought I was being taken to a facility for testing, and it wasn't making it worse that I could hear or I could see people getting the electric shock therapy and ECT. This made me think I was in some sort of test facility, and that every time they gave me a meal, when I had to tick the menu, I thought it was my last meal. And something outrageous was when on the menu it had GF, which is gluten free. Now, I thought the GF was that you get a girlfriend experience with your last meal, so I was afraid to tick the GF option. And I don't mind a gluten free meal, but I didn't want a girlfriend experience at that time. So I was really scared of that as well. There's a lot of things that went on, a lot of thoughts. I thought I was like a father or a some sort of religious head where I couldn't do anything bad as such, like smoke a cigarette or anything like that. And I felt so bad one day that I did need to have just one cigarette from somebody, and I thought that was going to be my last cigarette, and that someone was going to come and you know end me, and that was just outrageous as well. I had the cigarette, and then that delusion actually went because nothing bad happened. So there's a lot of ridiculous delusions, and the only thing I could really see clearly was my daughter, and having my daughter and stuff like that. Is there was no delusions around that, and I could still see clearly that she was my daughter, and that I had a duty to her. But other than that, anything else was just scattered, and I was getting ridiculous thoughts about it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of a you know an insight into my encounter with psychosis. Um, I was acting, whether it was acting or whether it was the confusion. I couldn't remember any of my pins on my phone or anything like that. So when my family took over my financials, they were controlling all my financials, and I thought they were doing it because I'd won the lottery, and they were trying not to tell me, and they were not telling me about it. Now that the feeling felt so real that I'd won the lottery or that I was famous or going to be famous. And I thought that, you know, there was times where, because of what my family was doing, as in controlling the financials and all of that, I thought I was big time rich, and that feeling was great at the time because I didn't know otherwise. Now, when the psychosis ends, it's horrible. You get depression because none of the things you thought were true, um, uh, they're not true. So you really get bad depression. It's hard to go back to work and work a regular job, especially a 9 to 5, when I already struggle with ADHD, and it's really, really difficult just doing a 9 to 5 job. And going back to that has really put me back in a place where I'm thinking I need to find something different, and find something that I enjoy getting up for and doing. The abolition after psychosis is really bad. So yeah, if ladies and gentlemen, you'd like to hear more about psychosis or first-hand experience or anything else about my mental health, I'm happy to share. Even I'm happy to share information about medication I've been on and medication that's helped. Um, but yeah, otherwise, thank you and thank you for listening.